The next wave of government's BEE policies threatens the freedom of thousands of companies and millions of people to trade, conduct business, and earn a living. We call this phase the third wave of BEE. Let's have a quick look at this policy's evolution, what's happening behind closed doors, and talk about what must be done to resist this in the interests of a thriving economy. The first wave of BEE begins in 1994. Now, by this time, apartheid policies and race-based legislation have been virtually eliminated in South Africa, ushering in promising opportunities for value-based business across all community lines. But by late 1994, a counter-trend emerges as the government adopts BEE, a policy dedicated to race-based business ownership. Now, initially, it's easy to confuse BEE with the laudable goal of developing flourishing black business communities. However, political pressure ramps up quickly, and it soon becomes clear that large corporate BEE deals only benefit a small, politically connected group at everyone else's expense. Fortunately, however, BEE requirements are not yet legislated at this time, leaving most day-to-day businesses free of race-based state interference. The second wave arrives in 2004 with the broad-based Black Economic Empowerment Act. Companies that wish to sell goods and services to the state must now comply with statutory racial codes and scorecards. And this inevitably leads to a shrinking pool of suppliers to the state, inflating procurement costs, and corroding the quality of state administration. The scorecard system also measures the BEE score of company suppliers, and this sets off a chain reaction where large companies pressurize thousands of smaller suppliers into BEE compliance. Now, despite these substantial pressures, in Wave 2, businesses may still ignore BEE, free to weigh up the benefits and costs of that decision. Then, around 2018, a third wave of BEE emerges. This wave aims to make BEE mandatory everywhere, meaning BEE-based regulations directly on private businesses and transactions that have nothing to do with the government. The state threatens to ban any businesses from operating or doing deals at all if they do not meet racial ownership criteria. So unlike waves 1 and 2, where the overwhelming majority of businesses could choose whether or not to restructure according to BEE rules, the third wave threatens to force them to restructure or be excluded from participation in the economy. This is by far the most threatening wave to date. Now, the state is mounting this attack on businesses through a two-step approach. Step 1 expands the scope of business licensing. For example, in 2023, the government unnecessarily expanded licensing requirements for real estate agents to 11 additional categories, including developers and even property marketing companies. In Step 2, the state seeks to then make expanded licensing subject to BEE compliance. Now, we saw this in 2024 when the property industry regulator began denying operating licenses to businesses for not meeting the regulator's stipulated BEE score. The same third wave threats are emerging in numerous other industries, including medicine, aviation, telecommunications, financial services, and others. Our team at Sakeliga has now heard from a host of businesses experiencing BEE-related regulatory extortion for licenses and deal approvals. The country now faces a pivotal moment in its economic trajectory. Responsible business people cannot allow BEE to become a requirement for simply participating in the economy. Sakeliga envisages a two-pronged strategy to combat BEE and restore real, value-based business. First, we advise businesses to treat BEE requirements as unethical political directives. This must be navigated carefully but firmly. We call this approach maximum appropriate non-compliance, to avoid yielding to BEE wherever possible based on sound legal advice. Now, there is often far too much unnecessary overcompliance by businesses lacking suitable guidance and knowledge of the limits of regulators' powers. Second, Sakeliga will intensify our comprehensive litigation against BEE. We must challenge new expansions of BEE swiftly and frequently. And our track record of successfully pushing back BEE in court and through legal action shows that this possibility must be seized to the fullest extent available. This two-pronged strategy can empower businesses to say no to Wave 3 BEE allowing them to focus on building thriving businesses that serve the public. I'm Russell Lamberti, Executive Director and Chief Economist at Sakeliga. Subscribe for future explainer videos and to keep informed on high-impact issues and important discussions.